Hello everyone, this is Becky with Scott Leroy Marketing. Today we are going to be covering what Scott Leroy Marketing can do for you. If you are here with me live, please drop your questions in the chat as we go through, and I'll do my best to get those answered for you in real time. For the sake of timing, I may have to save them for the end. I'll save a few minutes at the end for questions. So if I don't answer it right away, I'll get to it at the end. Never fear. Um, if you are watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us with any questions at support@scottleroymarketing.com. I'm going to go ahead and drop that email address in the chat for everyone, as well as a link to our YouTube channel. So if you need to refer to this training after we get off the Zoom, you can check that out over on our YouTube channel. Again, just drops that in the chat. When you are on our YouTube channel, we do strongly recommend that you take a look at the videos tab when you are looking for videos. This is going to allow you to see the most recent videos up here at the top. And you always want to look for those most recent videos just because things are always changing, both with command and the services that we offer here at Scott Leroy Marketing. So we always recommend looking at those most recent videos. And even if you are searching for the videos, let's go ahead and search for this class. So if you look at that, you'll see that the first one that pops up is 2 months ago, 1 year ago, and then we get to our most recent one. So you just want to make sure you're paying attention to those dates when you are looking through there for either tip videos or class recordings. Just again, things are always changing, both in command and things like that. So you want to make sure you've got that most recent class. Today's class recording will be posted on our YouTube channel in about 24 hours. Within the next 24 hours, you can always locate those previous class archives and tip videos and things like that here at any time. So even if you're looking for this before it's uploaded, you can come find those ones. So today we are going to be starting on the Scott Leroy Marketing website. I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in the chat for you as well. It is scottleroymarketing.com. So once you are on this website, you are going to be required to log in. You'll see mine says log out. That means that I've already entered my Market Center number in here. However, you'll be able to click log in and enter your Market Center number, and it should allow you to access the page. We are primarily going to be hanging out under this Agent Resources tab today. So we're going to be looking through each of these pages individually. But the first thing we want to take a look at is these questionnaires. I'm going to open this one in a new tab really quickly so that we can take a look at it. Give it a second to load. But you can see once it loads that it has, a few different options if you're already, or if you're just joining KW, already at KW, transferring, expanding, things like that. So there's a bunch of questions like that. And we're going to go over these questionnaires, our old categories, just so that you can kind of know where you fall in those questions. I do see a question in the chat that I want to grab real quick. Charlene, what is our Market Center number? So it's different for each person, but it is going to be, or for each office that you're with. So Market Center is the KW office that you're with. I can see if I can grab yours real quick, see if I can find it. Hold on just a second. But generally, your Market Center staff would know what your Market Center number is. You can also shoot us an email, again, support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we would be happy to take a look at that for you, see if we can pull it up for you. But let me see if I can grab it real quick. Alrighty, I just replied with yours, and anyone else's might be different. It depends on the office you're with again. So that's not going to be the same number for everyone, but I just dropped that in there for you. But yeah, so we're going to look at this with our questionnaires, our different categories. That'll kind of help you know how to answer some of those questions. So the first category we have is a new agent questionnaire. So a new agent doesn't necessarily mean that you are a brand new licensed agent. It just means that you are new to Keller Williams. So that could be that you are brand new licensed, you just passed your test, or it could mean that you've just joined Keller Williams for the first time. Either way, you'll fall under the new agent questionnaire. Next, you have admin. And an admin questionnaire is going to be for someone who is joining a team or group of agents. Generally, this would fall under a non-licensed associate. So generally, you would be doing some type of support for a team, whether that's transaction coordination, marketing, things like that. Next is a capper. So a capper is generally someone coming from another brokerage that's already done quite a few deals. You have quite a bit of production under your belt. Generally, this just lets us know that you have transactions going on, and so your setup needs to be speedy and accurate because we don't want to be the cause of any lapse in your business or anything like that. So again, capper would be that you've done quite a few transactions and you are most likely coming from another brokerage. Expansion. So an expansion agent would mean that you are in more than one Keller Williams office. You could be, maybe in a state that, or in a town or city that's really close to a state border and you're licensed in both states. Um, it could also mean that maybe you travel a lot, you have a license in two different states, like one in Florida, one in California. And basically you have your license hung in two different Keller Williams offices. So that would be expansion. You're in more than one Keller Williams Market Center. There's also expansion teams, and that would fall under the same category. Hidden agent setup. So that is most likely going to be for someone who is already in production with another brokerage. Generally, you would be transferring to Keller Williams, but maybe haven't fully made that transition yet. So you want to go ahead and get everything set up and running so that when you are ready to move over, everything is smooth. So a hidden agent setup just allows us to hide your public profiles, keep you from being visible on kw.com, things like that. So sometimes we see that when an agent is transferring, still has a few deals to close, they want to get everything set up. So that would be a hidden agent setup. Next is Market Center staff, and that's going to be pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be your Market Center's leadership team, whether that's a director of first impressions or a agent services coordinator, MCA, anything like that would be your Market Center staff. Next, we have returning. So this would be if you are a KW agent, and then you left, whether you left for a month, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, no matter how long you left for, basically you left and you are now coming back to Keller Williams. It just means that the system will recognize you already and you'll be reactivating your command account. So our setups would be a little bit different on that. Next, we have team. So the team could be you are an admin, but we do have that admin questionnaire. So most likely this is going to be for a licensed agent joining a team, whether as a listing agent or a buyer's agent or something along those lines. Tech refresh. So tech refresh is for any Keller Williams agent that has been with Keller Williams for any length of time. Basically, this just allows us to go in and audit your KW systems, see if there's maybe some tech that we are providing to new agents that you didn't have when you joined Keller Williams. For example, we're now setting up TidyCal and digital business cards and things like that. So if you joined a few years ago, those weren't services that we offered. So you can do a tech refresh and we will go through and make sure everything in all of your systems is set up properly and you're taking full advantage of everything that we offer. And then finally, we have the transfer agent questionnaire. So this is going to be if you're moving from one Keller Williams office to another Keller Williams office. So whether you're moving from one state to another, moving locally, you just need to change to a different Keller Williams market center, you would fall under the transfer agent. So any of those questionnaires are going to bring you to the same page that we were looking at just a second ago. But knowing what those different categories are, the different types of questionnaires, that kind of just helps you go through those questions a little more easily. Once you've filled out your questionnaire, every office is a little bit different with how you will fill out that questionnaire. Some offices will do it for you. Others will maybe set up a meeting and go through it with you, or some will have you do it on your own. But once that questionnaire is submitted and we have completed our part of your setup, you will get an email that looks very similar to this right here. It's going to say Keller Cloud Setup Complete. It'll have your name, and then it'll have your Market Center number. So you'll have your Market Center number here. But as you go down, you'll also see your Market Center number right here. You'll have the type of setup that was completed. And then moving on down, you'll have your notes from your onboarding team. So under the notes from your onboarding team, you will generally see, sometimes it'll be just as simple as, please, send over your headshot and biography so that we can update your profiles. Sometimes it'll be, so maybe something went wrong with command, and so, there's an error, there's a glitch on command's back end, and so we're unable to complete a certain part of your setup. You would see that here. We would add that to the notes from the onboarding team. Maybe an additional login that we're setting up for your market center, things like that. There's a bunch of different things that could be in the notes from your onboarding team. Strongly recommend you check those out. Just make sure everything looks right to you. If you have any questions about those notes, feel free to reply to the setup email, and we'd be more than happy to check on it for you, answer any questions, clarify what it might be, things like that. So check those out. If you have questions about them, just feel free to reply to the email and we can help get you taken care of. We have the SLM website password, which again is going to be your market center number. So you will see that right here. It'll also have a link to the Scott Leroy marketing website, as well as learning to use our website, which will also take you to the SLM website. Moving down, you will see the Keller Cloud login section. So these are going to be your command logins. So when you go to agent.kw.com, so that's command app, KW Connect, or Keller Home Loans, things like that, you'll use these logins right here. It is important to note that the username is not case sensitive. The password is. And if you are double clicking to select that password, you'll see on mine, I didn't grab that special character at the end. So you just want to make sure you're grabbing the whole thing when you copy and paste it. As well as make sure there's no spaces before or after, because that'll sometimes cause an error with logging into command. Moving on down, you'll have the Google Workspace, and this is going to be your KW email. You have access to Google Workspace, so you have, Google Docs, Google Drive, things like that, as well as a KW email. It'll have your email and password right here. Those are you can log in there at gmail.com using the Gmail app or anything like that. Moving on down, we have the KW Command IDX website. So that is going to be your command website. So it'll be personalized to you specifically. So that link will take you right to that website. You can take a look at what it looks like set up. KW Consumer app, that is going to be an app that is branded specifically to you. So you can, again, go to this link and it'll bring you to download your app directly. KW Agent Profile. So this is what people will see when they search for your name on kw.com. Your command email, that's going to be what is set as your primary business email in your command account. Moving down some more, you'll see Keller Home Loans and Keller Covered personal links, as well as Twilio right here. So we are not currently setting up Twilio for agents. However, we do find because it is a subscription that would be paid for by the agent. So we're not currently setting that up, paying for that subscription, but we do find that a lot of agents do like to use Twilio. It integrates well with command so that you can send out texts through command. So we just put that link there to, help make your life a little bit easier, hopefully. Moving down, you have DocuSign, which is going to be a signature platform. So you'll see that through here. You'll have your username, email, and then this right here, the security question and answer. I highly recommend you save the email, whether you star it, make it priority, save it as a PDF, whatever you would like to do to save this, especially for this part right here, because we are required to set up a security question and answer. It is specific to each agent. And so if you need to reset your password, you'll need this question and answer. And you'll have to enter this answer exactly as it is. So if it has dots or it has dashes, you'll want to enter it in exactly as it is right here. So highly recommend, starting this email, whatever you need to do to save it. Next, you have Canva. So this is actually a fairly recent update. Canva and KW recently partnered up. And so you will go to canva.kw.com and you'll log in with this username and password. It's going to be the same username and password as your command account. So even if you have an older setup and it has the free account right here, you can go log in with your command logins at canva.kw.com and it will bring you, it'll be the same as you would see here. Moving down, you have additional logins. So Gemini AI, that is Google's AI assistant. And so it is free. You have a free access to Gemini Premium Pro. Everyone has a little bit different name for what their, higher tier of subscription is. So I believe it's Pro, maybe Premium. Whichever way, you have access to that account for free through your KW email. You have a link right here that'll bring you directly to Gemini so that you can log in. Instacart, so that is a digital business card platform. So you'll have your username or email address and password, as well as the shareable link that you can go ahead and start sharing that link with your clients, friends, family, things like that, so that they have that business card. Moving down, you'll have Zoom. So it'll be a Zoom login. This is a free basic account. It is not a paid subscription. Neither is the Instacart. I do want to point that out. Both of those are basic accounts. KW offerings. So you'll have that right here. So this is kind of, a platform where you can get multiple cash offers, and just some other home selling tips and tricks and things like that. That'll help you out. So your logins, the link to log in, as well as an intro video that kind of walks you through that. Moving further down, you will have some additional helpful resources. So it'll have, some royalty-free media sites, KW Answers, KW Connect, technology, tech training, things like that. Moving down, you'll see some next steps. So these are a few things that we can help out with after your onboarding is complete. So we can help import up to 5 CSV files per agent per month. Next, you have announce your move to Keller Williams Realty. A tutorial there, checking out our 30-day challenges and jumpstart challenges, biography tips and tricks, and then our training videos. And then moving down, you'll also have some support numbers and email addresses to keep on file. So KW International, Keller Home Loans, DocuSign, Scott Leroy Marketing, Twilio. You'll see a bunch of those options through there. So that covers this email. We'll move back over to the Scott Leroy Marketing website. I do see a question. Did you say there is a free Zoom account that you get with Heather Williams or Scott Leroy Marketing? So we are currently setting up free Zoom accounts. It's just a basic account. It's not a premium subscription. So it's just a free basic account through Zoom. So if you do have a pro or premium account, you could probably just continue using that one. But we are setting up just a basic account for agents. So back on the Scott Leroy Marketing website, we covered the questionnaires. Next one we want to cover is the new KW agent websites. Give that a second to load. So on this page, you're going to see the this week's training calendar. So you'll get to see just a sneak peek of what this week will look like with what trainings we have offered. Moving down, you'll see our SLM YouTube playlist for websites specifically, to kind of provide more training and information on those. Um, so this section right here that says before launching your new KW website, we're actually currently working to remove that just because this was when KW did an update on the websites. There was a period where agents had to, there was some prep that agents could do before it was launched. Now it's been launched as of a few months ago or a year ago, maybe at this point. I'm not exactly sure of the date on that, but you'd be able to you wouldn't need this information. It's not really applicable anymore. So again, we're working to remove that right now. But um, moving down, you'll see some um, videos for once you've launched your website. So adding testimonials, updating hero images, managing featured listings, and creating an open house sign-in page. So the open house sign-in page, I do want to make a note about this one. So fairly recent. Well, I guess when they did the updates to the KW site, they changed it so that it used to be where you would do one open house sign-in page would just cover all of the open houses you did through KW. Now it's individual, it's tied to specific listing addresses, which is helpful so that when people sign in on your website, you'll get a notification in command. They'll be added to your command directly, and you'll be able to see which open house they were at instead of just having to kind of do some guesswork there. Um, so that's helpful. There's also some KWRI provided articles about your websites right here that you can check out. Um, Next, live webinars. That is going to bring you to our live class. So the Zoom we are in right now. So I'm not going to click that link because I don't need to. I'm already in this Zoom. Next, we have training. So the first thing under training is our training calendar. Give it a second to load. Here we go. So our training calendar, you'll see right here, again, our live webinar. So you can click that. It'll bring you to this Zoom. A link to all of our recorded SLM classes, which you can also find again on our YouTube channel. And then moving down, you'll see our calendar. So you'll see all of the classes for this month. You'll get a chance to just view them. If you click on one, it'll tell you, that it's a Zoom training. It'll give you a little blurb about it. You can add it to your calendar individually. You can also add this whole calendar to your Google Calendar so that you can just access it on the go from your phone or whatever. That way you can see what each of those classes are. You can just add it right there. Moving down, you will see printable calendars right here that you can view. Just get a quick glimpse at it. I'll grab that one, top one. You'll see that they are broken down by day of the week and not the class itself or the, day of the month. But then you'll see right beside the classes, you'll see the dates that that class is offered on right there. So you can print that out, highlight the classes you're interested in, if you want to, have a paper copy. And then overview of classes. This is going to give you a glimpse of each of our classes, and a little blurb about each of them so that you get a better idea of what they are. Next, we have the SLM challenges. So we have two different types of challenges. So we have 30-day challenges and we have jumpstart challenges. The goal with all of these is really to help get you going both with KW, with Command, and real estate in general. So the SLM Getting Started has a lot of options for getting started in general. The Command 30-day challenges are also available as a smart plan in Command. You open that in a new tab. There we go. But we can go here. We can say we want to view the printable version. And it's going to show us the printable calendar, and you can look at each of those days. This one is really just going to get it broken down so that you can learn Command day by day instead of trying to figure out everything all at once. It can be a lot to learn all at once, especially if you're getting started with real estate for the first time in the first place. You're learning both about real estate and command. You have a whole new CRM, things like that. So it can be a little bit complicated. So the goal is to kind of break it down for you, make it a little easier to understand. Um, so yeah, so we have those. We have some jumpstart challenges, which are a little shorter, 7 or 14 days. Um, but these are a little more detailed than the 30-day challenges. Next, we have Killer Cloud cheat sheets, which are just going to be some documents that kind of break down different aspects of command. Um, so then next we have digital marketing tips, um, which is going to have some videos with digital marketing tips in it. There we go. So you'll be able to see, um, command tip where to update your office address. There's some different tips in here to, have your marketing, just some tips for you. Next, under recorded training classes, you are going to see, basically these are all going to link you to the YouTube playlist for this category over on our YouTube channel. So the advanced courses, all of the Canva classes, command overviews, database management, DocuSign, things like that. So there's a bunch of different classes in here, and all of these are just going to bring you to the whole playlist that you can view all of the videos we have for it. Next, under agent support, here we are going to spend most of the rest of our time today. This kind of has most of those services that we do offer. Moving down under top rated, you will see some of those things we can help out with. So creating a new bio. Um, all of these red boxes that we're going to walk through are forms. So I'm not going to open every single one of them just because that would get a little monotonous, a little repetitive. But I will open a few just to kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at, and maybe some that have different questions. So, for example, we're going to open this create a new bio form. So it's going to ask for your information so that we can go in and access your account. And then it's going to ask, do you have a bio or would you like for us to help write it for you? So if you have one, you can just paste it right here and we can update that for you. But if you need help writing it, just toggle this over here. And then it'll have, you give a few items that you want highlighted in your biography. So for example, if you specialize in a specific category, so single family homes, maybe you specialize in military, things like that. Or even just sports fan if you want to make it a little more relatable. So you have a few, you can highlight whatever you'd like in your bio. We can help get that written for you. We'll send it back to you for approval before we upload it to your profiles. Let's go back here. Next, importing database. CSV, VCF, numbers, Excel, or sheets. Basically, when you are importing contacts into command, it can get a little finicky. So either if you have a custom file and you're working on uploading it yourself, it'll have you do some column mapping, and those don't always work properly. So what we can do is we can take your file, we can format it properly, to make sure it matches commands template that they have, and then we can import it from there to make sure that information doesn't get lost in translation. So we can help import that, again, up to 5 per agent per month. Next, updating database contact information smart plan. So this is going to be a smart plan in command that can help you gather that missing information from contacts. So, for example, if some of them are missing an email address, you can have it, notify you to call them, or if so that you can get that, or text them so that you can get that email address. And then vice versa, if you don't have a phone number but you have an email address, it can have you email them and things like that. So it'll kind of help you put in that work, so that you know who you need what information for, so that you have a more complete database. Moving down under marketing support, you'll have a monthly newsletter smart plan. And here at Scott Roy Marketing, we do create a new newsletter every single month. Um, you would just want to fill out this form to request it. You can request that we send it out to all of your contacts for you. You can request that we send it out to contacts with a specific tag, or if you just want us to add it to your smart plan so that you can send it out to whoever you would like. Those three are all options. They're all on that form that you can select which you'd like. But yeah, so you would want to request it every month just because we are creating a new newsletter. It's not added to the same smart plan. But yeah, so you can do that. We can get that sent out for you. Next, you have the free marketing template. So we do have, there's a few places that we can find this. I believe there's 3 different places actually. So we'll take a look at that towards the end because I want to show you the other places that we can find it. But that'll take us to our agent concierge. Next, API Nation setup, importing top producer. I'm gonna open this smart plan setup, take a look at it. But the smart plan setup is just gonna be so that you can get the KWRI provided smart plans added to your command. So just come in here, fill out this form. You can select which smart plan you'd like added, or if you want all 10 added, you can do that too. Totally cool. So just fill this out, just hit send, and then we'll take care of that on our end. Next, the Spring Clean Smart Plan. That's actually going to be the same smart plan as updating database contact information that we were just talking about. So this will actually bring you to the same form. Moving down, we have Getting Started, which some of these are things that we would already set up for you with your Keller Cloud setup that we do for your onboarding at the beginning. Some of them aren't. So you have your command set up, your DocuSign set up, things like that. I do want to point out this KWLS open house. So most of you were here with me earlier when I said the open house sign-in sheets changed. The process for the KWLS open house actually changed as well. So we're removing this part as well. It used to be that you had to manually enter the open houses into the KWLS as well as your MLS. Now, when you add the open house to your MLS, it will automatically feed over to the KWLS. So it actually saves you some work on that. So that one, don't need that link anymore. It's actually an old form. We can help export your contacts for you or again, import that database. We've seen this form at least one other time now. Tech optimization, which is going to be that existing agent questionnaire that we were talking about earlier. Updating your headshot, updating your biography. We can help create a QR code for you. Syncing your dot loop, adding your dot loop to your command. You can do all of that through here. Looking to rebrand. So this is going to have a bunch of branding things that can be changed. So some of them are more simple, like updating your phone number, your website address, things like that. But some of them, like if you're leaving a team, you will need that branding updated so you don't have the team logo and things like that anymore. So you can fill out that form. Maybe you're changing teams or joining a team. You can update that team info here. So any of those we can help add for you. We can set up a new email alias for you, set up email forwarding, help set up your KW email, things like that. Moving on down, we have some website support. So we all know websites can be a little finicky. They're not everyone's cup of tea. So there's a few things that we can help add to your website for you. So website enhancement, all additional pages. That'll include an app download page, the What's My Home Worth, local school search, mortgage calculator, things like that. We can also go in and add your testimonials for you, set up domain forwarding, things like that. The monthly blog, that's going to be similar to our monthly newsletter that we were talking about a little bit ago, but it'll be added as a blog to your website. And then this open house sign-in sheet, this is actually going to be where we can go in and create it for you for specific listings, so that you have that. You don't have to do that yourself. We can help do it for you. as well as NEO new construction. If you are not all areas have NEO new construction, so if you are in an area that has NEO new construction and you have that subscription already, you can go in and fill that out and we can get it added to your website. Great question about the blog. Do we have to fill it out every month or just one time? So since we are creating them new every month along with that newsletter, you would need to fill it out every month. You can also just email us and we can help set it up for you there as well. So either way, moving down to build your business. So we have the Canva account set up. This is actually going to be a free basic Canva account. So now with the KW Canva account, you'll just go to canva.kw.com and log in with your command logins, and that'll bring you to the premium account. So it's going to be a different account than we would set up here. But Zoom, TidyCal, digital business card. So if you don't want to go through the whole process of creating or of going through a whole tech refresh questionnaire, you can just go fill out these forms and we can get those set up for you. I do want to open that up as well. But the Zoom and TidyCal, and actually the Canva, so all three of these are going to bring you to the same form that you can fill out here. So you can just choose which accounts you want set up or all of them, and we can go set that up for you. The digital business card is a separate form just because it does require a bit more information. So that one's going to be a separate form. And then compliance updates, if you are in an area that has specific compliance requirements, things like that, you can fill out these and we can help get that updated for you. And then leadership support, if you are market center staff, we have some resources for you here, both at the bottom of this page and under this leadership support tab. I'm not going to jump into those today for the sake of time. But if you are in leadership and you have any questions about those, feel free to shoot us an email, support@scottandroymarketing.com. We'd be happy to jump in and help out with that for you. So moving down, we just covered this agent support tab, and now we're under marketing support. So the first one we have is agent concierge. So if you remember, I said there was a tab on the agent support, a form that would bring you to templates or agent concierge. That's going to be the same thing here. You can also go to marketing services. Sorry, you can go to the real estate marketing tab right here and it will bring you to this same page. So there's 3 different places that'll bring you to this same page. And I kind of want to walk you through this a little bit. So this is marketing that we can help create for you, for your listings, things like that. You'll come down, you'll fill out this form, which I'll walk you through. But underneath that form, I want to point out that there are just the options, some of our most popular social posts, flyers, postcards. You can look through here, and it'll probably give you a bigger icon than you see on this form that we're filling out up here. So we'll go ahead and walk through this. We'll just click start. It's going to ask, is this your first time requesting a marketing piece? We'll say yes, it is. What's your market center number? So we were talking about market center numbers earlier. You'll enter that there. Are you submitting this form for yourself or on behalf of someone else? You may be wondering, why would I fill out this form for someone else? Maybe you are on a team, whether you are, marketing, you're helping set up marketing for a team member, or you're an admin and trying to get it all set up so that they have everything that they need. Or maybe someone's hosting an open house for you and you want to get that created for them just to help out. You would just click someone else. I'm going to go ahead and say for myself. I'm just going to ask for your information. It's going to ask, would you prefer to choose from our most popular designs or choose from all of the available designs? I'm going to go ahead and say all available. It's going to ask, do you want social post, flyer, postcard, or all of the above? And then you're going to go through and you're going to pick the design that you like best. Unfortunately, I know these icons are a little bit small. Unfortunately, you can't make them bigger right now. So you'll just kind of have to um, grab one. Again, that's why maybe looking at these from below would be more helpful. So that's actually the one I just grabbed right there. But you can see it a little better. We'll just click next. And it's going to be the same process with flyers. We'll go and grab that one. And then postcards. You'll see some of these have front and back on them. So you get a better idea. Let's go with that one. And then it's going to have you enter the property address. And then grab this real quick. And we'll say next. I'm just going to ask you the listing status, whether it's for sale, just listed, just sold, open house pending, or under contract. The open house asks one additional question, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that one so you can see. And then it's going to ask for the date and time of the open house. So we'll say it is and then we'll say from 1 to 3 p.m. And then we'll just say next. Business email address. And then the phone number, which again, I'm just going to grab from down here real quick. Next. If you have a headshot you want to upload, you can put that here. Same if you have a logo. And then any requirements you have in here. So maybe you're in an area that has, again, specific compliance requirements. You can include those there so we can make sure we have it compliant for you. Or any other comments. Then you would just click review and submit. And it's going to show you your answers for each of your questions. You'll see these icons a little bit bigger. It gives you a better idea of the design you selected. From here, you can also click edit to go in and change those answers without having to restart the entire process. And then you would just click submit. I'm not going to submit it just because I don't want our team creating it right now. But I do want to say that if you are creating this, please know that we do request up to 2 business days. So we always aim for 1 business day, but it can take 1 to 2. So if you are filling it out on Friday at 5 p.m. and it is for Saturday at 1 p.m., it might not be done in time. We do request a full 1 to 2 business days so we can make sure it gets done for you and that it's edited how you would like. So we do request that you make sure you're paying attention to how much time that is there. But yeah, you just click submit and we'll get it created for you. Next, we have Gemini Pro and ChatGPT prompts. And this is actually one of my favorite features on our website because it has a lot of options. So it has well over 100 questions on here. It has some tips for asking questions up at the top. So be specific and local focused. So if you're asking a question, make sure you're including, the local area, give constraints, use examples, request variations, and then keep tweaking from there. Ask for step-by-step instructions, leverage, act as prompts. So, act as a social media manager, and then do things like that. So those are some great tips you can use. And then we have a bunch of prompts through here. So these are some great options you can take a look at, copy and paste them into Gemini Advanced, ChatGPT, whatever AI platform you are using. You can go through and enter these questions, some lead gen prompts, open house prompts, door knocking, first 90 days, things like that. So there's a bunch of ways that you can leverage your AI. That's the goal. Leverage the tools you have. AI is not perfect. But it is a helpful tool that you can use. So here's some tips here, a bunch of prompts. Feel free to check those out. They're super helpful. We also have links to our monthly blog and monthly newsletter forms right here, which we talked about earlier. And then templates. These are going to be some Canva templates that you can edit and download for yourself and use them however you'd like. So we have some KW Classic, KW Luxury, KW Modern, and then KW Black and White, which this is actually brand new. We just added that in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And then the old SLM templates through here. So you can go through and pick the one that you want. So maybe we'll say we want modern. Go in, and then it's gonna give you a bunch of templates that you can look through. So business cards, email signatures, social posts, brochures, postcards, flyers. We'll go flyers. We'll say use in Canva. And then it's going to give us a view of each of these templates. So we can flip through and see the different options that are in this template right here, see the one that we like. And then you would just click view template. It's going to ask if you want to open it in your Pro editor. You'll want to be logged into your canva.kw.com account. But then you can go through, you'll see all of these templates, and then you can just go grab the one that you want to edit and just go in and edit it through there. So yeah, so we have a bunch of options through here. Different styles, modern, black and white, things like that. So feel free to check those out. That is all I have for today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the recording, and I'm going to open the floor for some questions. If you have any, please drop them in the chat. If you're watching this back on recording, again, feel free to reach out to us via email, support@scottleroymarketing.com. Thank you everyone for joining me. I hope this was helpful for you. If you're not sticking around for questions, I hope you have a great rest of your week.